Today I'm going to be showing you the best solo glitches that you can use here in Black Ops 6 Zombies for all maps tested and working after the January 3rd patch. Whether you want to farm unlimited XP, camos, gobblegums or high rounds, this video has something for you. And as always, there's timestamps down in the description if you want to skip to anything specific. Starting off with Liberty Falls, and sadly guys, the unlimited chopper glitch is now patched, so the only thing on this map that's still worth using is the AETHER Shroud glitch here in the church. So make sure that you have burst dash on your AETHER Shroud, and to make things easier we're going to place a marker in line with the boss fight machine. Now just back up and sprint forward and jump where your ping is and use your AETHER Shroud at the same time, and if done correctly you should be put onto the second floor of the church. When you're up here, just make sure to prone down behind this desk where the zombies will not be able to damage you. Now to get the most out of this glitch I would recommend doing it on round 15 of the round cap on directed mode. Make sure that you have at least Pack-a-Punch 1 on your jet gun, and you just want to wait around 30 seconds or so for all of the zombies to pile up down below you. You're then going to stand up and use your jet gun's blast ability, and it's going to kill everything through the floor. Now moving over to Terminus, where we have a bunch of things still working. Once again, make sure that you have burst dash on your AETHER Shroud, and make sure that this door at quick revive is open so you don't run into any death barriers inside the glitch. You want to stand exactly where I'm stood on these stairs and line your crosshairs up with the left hand side of this pillar and jump and use your AETHER Shroud. If done correctly, it's going to pop you onto this roof. Quickly turn to your left and then run to this safe spot to regenerate your health. Then you're going to run over to this left hand side and drop down into this rock where you want to remain crouched at all times, where all of the zombies are going to pile up right in front of you. You will need to move around a little bit just to find the sweet spot, but once you do find it, no zombies will damage you inside this spot. You can also pick up the max ammos and everything that spawn outside of this spot. Be sure to use Vulture Aid when you're in here, and also put on the augments for your other perks that will restore ammo over time to make sure that you never run out. You can either do this in directed or standard, and if you want to exit the glitch at any time you can save and quit or use an anywhere but here gobblegum. Sticking with Terminus, we're going to use the same shroud spot to get fully outside of the map so you can explore around. So again, just stand on these stairs and line your crosshairs up with the left hand side of the pillar and jump and use your AETHER Shroud. You want to run over to this safe spot so you can regenerate your health, and then you're going to run forward and jump onto these stairs and then through this wall where you'll stop taking damage from the death barriers. Just make sure you have Jug and a self revive when trying this so you don't run into any issues with the death barriers. Now from here you can just fully explore outside of the map, and you can get to the OG under map spot from when the game first came out, but I'm really going to leave this one down to you guys to explore around because I think there's a ton of potential with that top area. So if you manage to find any cool pile-ups or whatever, then be sure to let me know about them. If you're going to explore around, then be sure to use the stamina augment that gives you no fall damage. Also be careful of the death barriers as there is tons everywhere. You can just fall off next to where the elevator is in the spawn room, and you can just make your way down to the very bottom underneath this location at Pack-a-Punch where there is an ammo box and you can see into the zombie spawns, but it really is not the most effective thing ever. So again, if you go exploring, 100% let me know if you find anything cool. And finally for Terminus, the easy boat pile-up glitch is of course still working. Just spawn in a boat and drive it underneath the sea tower and block off the path between these two rocks right here, and all of the zombies will start piling up on the other side. I would only recommend doing this on directed mode and no higher than round 10, so you don't need to deal with any mangles. You will need to replace the boat every 5 minutes, but it's not going to be a problem. You're going to have strong enough weapons to mow through all of the zombies, and you can just keep replacing it over and over again for easy headshots and easy salvage. And now finally moving over to Citadelle Day More, where literally everything is still working, and they've even made the unlimited AFK XP glitch even better by buffing the swords. Make sure that you have espresso on your melee macchiato. Then as always, use your stamp on this knight underneath the red crystal. Take out the 4 parasites one by one and hit the door to unlock it. Once inside the tunnel, place the sword into the pedestal, and the second that you place it, spam a ton of bullets into the sword's handle to duplicate the symbols and prevent the timer from starting. If you see the textures going crazy like this, you'll know you've duplicated the symbols correctly, and then you just want to exit the room. Now just end the round and make your way back into the tunnel, and if done correctly you should still see symbols flying about the room. If the symbols are invisible, just use an explosive weapon or a grenade and it will pop them back into the pedestal and you can shoot them as normal. Now just like before, shoot 20 or more incorrect symbols to maximise the spawn rates. And now you just want to sit directly next to this window because the new buffs to the sword is going to kill 2 zombies with every swing. So you can now just sit in this spot completely carefree and no zombies are going to be able to damage you. If you want to use other upgraded swords inside of here, then just hot swap it over to the door. Interact with the door with a lion sword in your hand and quickly switch to the other one on the floor, and you'll be put inside the tunnel with the sword of your choice. Now as always, find something to keep the trigger held down and plug your controller directly into your console so it never turns off. Now you can just sit here fully AFK and just let it run overnight to farm unlimited XP. The high round glitch is still working, and I'm going to show you how to do it every single time. Make your way down to the undercroft and stand directly on top of this mound, and then you're going to look exactly where I'm looking on this pillar, then jump and use your Aether Shroud. If you've been struggling to do this in the past, then give this method a try, as you should have more success with it. Now from here you want to follow the same path that I'm taking and prone underneath the wall. Come around to the left and jump onto this spiral staircase and then drop down on top of the Pack-a-Punch room. Now just keep following the same path until you see the Pack-a-Punch machine, then turn left and then dive underneath the Juggernog machine. Now just keep crouching around this tunnel and make your way on top of the quick revive room, and then you're just going to keep proning until you can make your way down into this pillar, where all of the zombies will now start piling up right in front of you. The sweet spot in this glitch is by this pillar to your left and by this little horizontal texture below you. When you're stood here you can play practically one-handed and the zombies will always pile up right in front of you. You just need to look up now and again as there will be parasites above you, but if you bring in the fire sword this will become less of a problem. Definitely turn on the rampage inducer before jumping in here, as the rounds will go extremely quickly. As always, to exit the glitch you can use it anywhere but here, or you can save and quit. Next up we have another Shroud spot on Citadelle more, so make sure that you have burst dash on once again. Make your way to the main hall where Juggernog is and place a marker on this third beam on the ceiling to make things easier. Step back over to where I am and aim directly at the light at the end of the corridor. Sprint forward and jump where your marker is and use your Aether Shroud and you should be put into this zombie barrier. From here make your way up to the window and prone in the same location as shown and go as far up to the right as possible. All of the zombies will now pile up on the other side of the window. You will have some things spawn behind you, but as long as you bring in a sword you will face no issues. You can also use this spot for easy special or elite kills. If your sword isn't killing any zombies in this spot, try and line up with the ammo box on the minimap and it should solve this. Make sure to have hidden impact on your melee macchiato, have phantom reload on speed cola and parting gift and condor's reach on vulture. This will make sure that you never run out of ammo inside this spot. And now finally the last thing that I'm going to be showing you is the infinite spawn glitch that you guys can use to farm camos and get 2000 headshots on each of your weapons every 15 to 20 minutes. Before doing anything, make sure that you come up to this door and speak to Craft. Then grab yourself the lion sword off the knight underneath the red crystal. Then as always take out the 4 parasites one by one and hit the door to be able to unlock it. You now want to grab yourself a Casimir grenade for 1500 salvage, then make your way inside the tunnel. Come up to the pedestal and the second that you place the sword inside, shoot the handle so you shoot the symbols instantly to prevent the timer from starting. Now just shoot only one incorrect symbol and then you're going to throw your Casimir grenade at your feet and then jump into it to teleport outside the room. Once outside you now want to kill any remaining zombies on the map and the round is either going to switch or it's going to stay the same, but from this point forward no zombies are going to spawn and the round is going to stick. Now make your way over to the sword main hall and look up high and shoot at this red crystal. You now just want to keep shooting it until it locks onto the next one and keep repeating this process until you can pick up the brooch. Now just turn around and make your way back into the main hall and place the brooch on this ritual and then simply leave the room. From this point forward the zombies are now just going to keep infinitely spawning as long as you don't kill any zombies inside the main hall. The best place to stand is by far here in the stamina up room next to the ammo box. Make sure to turn the rampage inducer on where you can get around 2000 headshots every 15 to 20 minutes when doing this. If you're struggling to get your snipers or launchers done, then make your way over to the oil trap and then throw a Molotov. Make sure you're holding whatever weapon you want critical kills on, and when the zombies run through it they're all going to count as crits. Once one trap finishes the other one will be cooled down, so you can just keep repeating this over and over again to get those easy crits on the weapons you're struggling on. And those are the best solo glitches that you can use right now in Black Ops 6 Zombies after the January 3rd patch. Thank you guys so much for the support on the last compilation video, it really does mean a lot, and if you have enjoyed this one then be sure to drop a like in it for me as well. And if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on for more Black Ops 6 Zombies glitches like this.